Hello everyone, this is Manjinder Sidhu, your life coach, and today's video is about youth today. And I'm wearing a t-shirt today which says Dishum, and it's from Ikguri, who's an LGBT ally, and she's making these fair trade, lovely cotton t-shirts from India, and the people who make them, they're getting a living wage, a really good wage, and it's helping us to give visibility through clothing. So I would recommend that you go to her website and support the cause. Okay, so why am I making a video about youth today? I feel like the youth today have changed so much. So I work in a school and I notice that these days children are not scared of their elders, which is a good thing and a bad thing. So it can be a good thing because they are not going to be suppressed. They're going to speak their mind and get what they want. They know what they're here to do. And it can be a bad thing because it can lead to a lot of disrespect and dysfunction when people who are not mature enough are forcing their way and ideas through. The education system itself is very, very ancient, 200 years old or so, and I don't believe it caters for anyone apart from a visual or auditory learner. So if you're someone who's hands-on, kinesthetic, or more of a what can you do with this, how can you use it for something else, change it around, which is what I'm like, then it's not really geared for that. It doesn't address that curiosity. It's more about sit down and listen and do as you're told. And a very authoritarian approach, which is not really always good. And I've been watching this really cool BBC series called Back in Time, and Back in Time for School, and they talk about how school eras have changed through the time. And these days, youth know about the laws and legislations. Don't touch me because, you know, in the law it says this, and you can't do that, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. And I think, oh my God, when you've got people who are not mature enough, knowing things and using things against you, then it can be a recipe for disaster. You know, they can be throwing it around wherever they want. Yes, I like the idea of empowerment and critical thinking and thinking for yourself. Wonderful. However, there should be a balance as well, I think. And these days, youth, the respect level has changed. When I was at school back in the time, we were scared of the teachers. We were scared of being having detention, being taken out of the classroom, our parents being called, oh my God, being excluded. That was awful. But these days, some kids, a lot of kids do not care if you call their parents or you give them a detention or take them out of class. The fear factor has gone, which is not always good. And the good thing is that they do interact more and discuss. However, they can talk over and not follow instructions and rules, and that can make teaching and working with them very challenging. And I do worry for when they go and hit the workplace, because some of them are like, you know what, I've got this issue and therefore you've got to change to accommodate my needs. Okay, fair enough. But when you get a job, your boss is not going to always accommodate your needs. They're going to want you to do a job, you do it, or otherwise you go. So I'm scared some of these people may be lost when they get older and then unemployable and not be able to, because they want what they want and how they want it now, and they don't want to wait and they don't want to listen to your rules and regulations. They'll come when they want, go when they want. And I don't know if that's going to work in the workforce unless the workforce changes to accommodate that, to give a lot more flexibility and therefore lots more creativity and ideas. And I'm all up for that, to be honest, because I believe in changing times and living how you want, because I also do not like confines as much. I like to be free. So that's that. And my sister was telling me about someone in their 20s who started their workplace, and they would come when they want, go when they want. They had an issue with one of the managers, and they decided one day they would get up and move their desk somewhere else and join another team without asking anyone, without going through any protocol, and they got away with it, and they got to do that. And I think the youth today are going to be the same. And part of me thinks God help us, but part of me thinks, you know what, it's going to be a good challenge. They're going to not want to conform. They're not going to want to be told what to do. They're going to want to create their own rules and regulations and be creative. It can lead to anarchy, but I think in the long run it would change and shuffle up a lot of our systems that are out of date and create a system which works for all. And everyone has a lot more creativity, fluidity, flexibility, and therefore ideas will flow more, and people will be a lot more happier, I hope, in the long run. It may in the beginning create a lot of anxiety and dysfunction and depression, where these youth will be fighting against structures and they find that their managers and bosses will not heed to their demands like teachers do or schools do, and accommodate them and pussyfoot around them, like they like to say, like tread around them so that they're accommodated. Because in the workplace where I've worked, it's you do what you're told, you come when you're told. The boss is like a dictator almost, and you just have to get on with it. Otherwise, you're out. You got an issue, get lost. And there's a very rare place where it is a lot more freer. I have worked in some places where it has that flexibility. Generally, however, the boss rules the roost, and you do as you're told. Luckily, where I work right now, there is a bit more freedom and room to move. However, there is a lot of rules and regulations. That's how it is with education. So I do worry that mental health is going to increase a lot more in the future for these young people before the transition and change occurs, and we'll see what happens. But it's kind of scary times. We'll see. So if you're youth of today, leave a comment. Do you agree with what I said or do you disagree? It's okay. And share it and give it a thumbs up. Here's my best-selling book, Bollywood Gay, and here's my website. Please click there, and these are videos from last week. And remember, you can buy Ek Guri's Dishum on the links that are below. See you later. Bye.